What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Search T channel.
Just watch the Joker movie, and let's get to the review. At the start, we see him as a clown who is beaten in an alley when thug kids steal his sign. At the psychiatrist, he has a laughing fit, which later we find is a condition he has. He tells her, "Is it me, or is it getting crazier out there?" In a notebook, we see written, "I just hope my death makes more sense than my life," sense not being SENSE, but CENTS. Arthur is later in the audience of a talk show hosted by Murray Franklin, who is played by Robert De Niro, who notices Arthur in the audience after he hears him laughing and brings him to the stage and seemingly takes a liking to him. We find out that his mother worked for Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father. She's eagerly awaiting some assistance from him that never comes. Arthur is fired from his clown job due to his gun falling out of his pocket during a children's gig. It turns out Randall, who gave him the gun earlier in order to protect himself, told his boss about the gun, which leads to the boss terminating Fleck. The gun comes in handy as Arthur Fleck is beaten by three Wall Street guys who are real a-holes. He then pulls out his gun and guns down the first two. He then pursues the third man and guns him down. This event is what finally triggers him and releases his mindset, that of the Joker. He still is able to be that Arthur Fleck who is a struggling stand-up and gets his first gig and really starts off awkward. A laughing fit and rough start, but he does get off some jokes. But it's not what he envisioned and how he envisioned it would go. Through a letter written by his mom, which he intercepts, it reveals that Thomas Wayne is Arthur's father. Arthur goes to Wayne Manor and does a little clown act and meets a young Bruce Wayne. Alfred then confronts him and is nearly choked to death as he refuses to let Arthur see his quote unquote father. As he arrives home, his mother is seen being taken to the hospital after she suffers a stroke. As he is at his mother's side, he sees Murray Franklin show clips of Arthur's stand up, making a mockery of him. Thomas Wayne, who earlier called the residents of Gotham clowns, now wants to help the very people he insulted. We then see Arthur stalking Thomas Wayne, who really comes off as an arrogant a-hole. He tells Arthur that he was adopted and he never slept with his mother, who was committed to a mental hospital. Arthur has another laughing fit, and Wayne punches him and tells him to stay away from Bruce or he will kill him. At his home, he is called by the Murray Franklin show booker and wants him to go on the show due to popular demand. Then he heads to the state mental hospital and manages to rip the case file from the attendant and sees for himself that he was adopted. This triggers him and fuels his rage and takes it out on his mom, who he smothers with a pillow and kills. At his home, he rehearses his appearance on the talk show. He is then seen putting makeup on as Randall and another coworker come to his place. Randall is brutally killed and completely shocks his other coworker and surprisingly lets him leave with his life. Before he does, he tells him that he was the only person who was ever nice to him and kisses him on the head. He transforms into the iconic look we have come to know, and as he is dancing on the steps and reveling in his newfound identity, two cops who have been questioning him can be seen at the top of the stairs, or top of the steps. They make chase as Arthur spots them and makes a run for it. He ducks into a subway car filled with people in clown masks as the protest is in effect. He evades them as the clowns proceed to beat on the two cops, who later are reported as being in critical condition. When you bring me out, can you introduce me as the Joker? Because that's what you called me, remember? Arthur asks Murray that, and we can see he is still holding that inside, the insult by Murray. He does make a great entrance, sashaying and dancing around, and he sits down beside Murray. He is asked to tell a joke and pulls out his joke memo pad. Knock knock, says Arthur. Murray says, "You had to look it up?" The audience laughs. Knock knock. Who's there? The police are here, and your son was hit and killed by a car. Murray and the audience are not amused, and Arthur proceeds to confess he killed the three Wall Street men. He drops some knowledge on everyone, which in some weird way makes sense. And as he tries to tell another joke, Murray calls for the police. The joke goes as follows. What do you get when you cross a man who is mentally disturbed You get what you effing deserve. He then shoots Murray in the head and kills him instantly. And as he stands up, he shoots Murray again. As he is carted off to jail, he passes the streets which are in utter chaos, and he is laughing at the sight of it. An ambulance smashes into the police car, seemingly taking out Arthur as well, but he is then pulled out of the vehicle and laid on the hood of the car. We then see both Thomas and Martha Wayne with Bruce in tow walking down an alley, where both are shot dead in a scene reminiscent of the way it was presented in the original Batman film from 1989. Joker is then seen rising up with the crowd cheering him. As we see him in a close up, he takes blood in his mouth and creates a smile. He turns around and the followers of the Joker cheer even louder. The movie culminates in a psychiatrist patient scene. He's being questioned and just tells her that she wouldn't understand his joke. He's lastly seen walking out of the room, leaving a trail of bloody footprints, and runs from approaching orderlies. Joker is a character study of a man, Arthur Fleck, who, when driven to the edge, he sees what he has become and likes it and embraces it. Joaquin Phoenix gives yet another finely nuanced performance. He shows the vulnerability, the innocence, and eventual madness of a man who becomes the very personification of evil. Well, that's my video. For those of you who stopped by, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And in closing, and as always, take care.